Hello, my friends. This is Heather. I hope you're having a super day. Today, because I've been sleeping a lot, recovering from COVID, it's about being stuck in dreaming. So, if you are stuck in the dreaming mode, my friends, this is your wake up call. Time to get on with it and get on with your fabulous life. Have a listen. Let me know what you think. Take care. I'll see you soon. Hi, my friends. Welcome. This is the Back to Me podcast, and this is Heather, and I am super excited that you're here. You are going to hear some tips and some tricks and some ideas to help you live your happiest and healthiest self. I call it Back to Me because when you are taking care of yourself, back to me, then you can take better care of others, and we can all make the world a better place. This is Wellness Your Way, and I am super happy that you're here. Hello, my friend. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. I hope that you are getting to enjoy this summer weather. It's August. It's become August all of a sudden. And summer is that time when you're supposed to recharge batteries and take some time for yourself and take some vacations. And last week, if you listened to last week, you know that as can happen when you take some time off, you get a little sick. So I was sick last week. Yes, I did end up with COVID. After all this time of deciding I was not going to get COVID, there it was. I got COVID. But that's okay because I have recovered quite quickly and I continue to recover and I continue to get better. And it's all good. I was speaking with somebody recently and I said, as strange as it sounds, it happened at the perfect time for me to be able to manage it in a way that was the healthiest for me. So I actually was expressing gratitude for getting COVID when I got COVID, which is, it's all good, right? It's all good. So I might still sound a little hoarse. I apologize. So as you know, this is the Wednesday edition of the Back to Me podcast. And maybe you don't know that. Hi, I'm Heather. This is the Wednesday edition of the Back to Me podcast, which is just short, something quick, something I've been thinking of. And because I was sick, I was resting a lot and I was thinking a lot. And I tend to think a lot anyway, but it reminded me of in October, for those of you who've been listening for a while, know that I had a stroke in October, and I took lots of time to think during that recovery period. And the thing that was coming to mind recently is when you're feeling healthy and well, and you've got the world at your feet and you're super energized and excited, you feel like you can achieve anything. And you can achieve anything that you want. But sometimes when we feel like we can achieve anything, we try to do everything, right? Everything. And that can take us to a place where we are no longer energized. We are drained. We are tired. We are not well. And I believe that one of the purposes that illness serves is to let us know when we may have gone a little further than we should have, taken maybe a little more than we should have. This is obviously not true of all illnesses. But when we get sick, a surprising and amazing and blessing of being sick is you have to stop doing all the things you're doing and take some time and recover. If you want to recover fully, you really need to take some time and press pause on your day, right? You need to really take some time for yourself. And by doing that, I can really easily identify the things that are on your to-do list that can wait, that are not as urgent as they may have felt when you were feeling good, right? So it brings into extreme clarity sometimes, depending on how you are feeling, how ill you are, what's going on with your life, what your maybe it's not illness, maybe there's some event that has taken place that requires your full and immediate attention. But the bumps on the road in life give you that chance to decide what is important, what is really, really important. And I talked a few weeks ago about, I talked about 6 aspects of wellness, and they all influence each other. I mean, just they were there is physical, there is emotional, there is professional, financial, relationship, and spiritual. And they all impact each other. If you're unhappy at work, it could impact your financial health and impact your relationships because you're unhappy at work. But let me say, physical health, that's going to affect all of them. I remember when I was younger, when I was a teenager, I was a St. John ambulance cadet. And I did first aid at events. I was one of those people all dressed up in a little uniform, hockey games and events doing first aid. And the instructor that we had for the first aid said to, and this was the first time I had heard this. I think I was only like 13 or 14. He said, "The brain thinks it's in charge of the body until the body gets injured, and then the brain realizes the body's in charge." So when you're sick, the body is in charge, and it doesn't have a way of communicating with you except through injury or illness or pain or pleasure. It's letting you know how it's doing, right? So when you do have that time where everything else is forced to pause because you feel physically unwell, you are forced to decide what is really important. What is really important? And physical health, obviously, I'm a big fan of physical health. I mean, I've been in the health and wellness space for quite a number of years now. I didn't actually want to say it out loud. I've been a yoga teacher for 18 years. Wow. And that was just the beginning. That was just the beginning of the foray into the wellness space. So I've been thinking about that prioritization of what is important in your life and what do you want. So I've been talking to a few coaches recently about what do you want? What do you want your life to look like? And what are you doing to make your life the way you want it to be? And that's not, it's for anybody. It's not just for coaches. That's just who I've been speaking with lately. And they have great ideas and they want to help people and they're doing great things, but they keep sidetracking themselves by doing things that aren't aren't serving their ultimate purpose. Um, we get in our way a lot. We get into our way a lot. Procrastination. Um, I was listening to something and I'll misquote it, but that's okay. I will misquote it. I will get the gist of it. And it was some great thinker who I just, it's gone from my mind. But the gist of what he said was, you know, mediocre ideas that are acted upon are more effective than great ideas that are never acted upon. So if you have a great idea or you have this great dream and you're spending all of your time visualizing it and deciding every parameter and how perfect it would be and tweaking and tweaking and tweaking without ever doing anything to achieve whatever it is, you're never going to get there, my friend. Visualization, sure, visualization is important, but you got to act. You can't just visualize it and expect it to plop down upon you. You have to take steps. And also, there's a danger. I mean, everybody says visualize, visualize, but there is a danger in creating the perfect vision. One, life never works the way you think it's going to work, right? So if you are so focused on this perfect vision, you may not see this amazing alternative that's just waving you down, going, "Hey, wait, yeah, I know you want that, but hey, look over here. I know you want that red car, but hey, look at this orange one," right? So it's like be open, leave margin for magic. That's one of my favorite quotes. I think I heard it from some instructor online. Leave margin for magic. So have an idea of what you want, but don't be so married to it that you can't be open to other opportunities. And when you want something, ask yourself why you want it. I've talked about that. Why do you want it? Because that will help you when it seems like it's not going to happen. When it seems like it's taking longer. When you start to question, why the heck did I get into this anyway? If you can answer the question, you can re-energize that idea, re-energize your thoughts, maybe see the road again, right? Clear the fog a little bit. So don't wait to get sick is going to be my message for today. Don't wait to get sick to clear the things off of your urgent emergency really must do list that don't really belong there, right? There is a path that has been created. You're creating it as you go, and you can decide which way your path goes, and you can decide what you want to work on, and you can decide how you want to work and when you want to work and how you want to live and all of those things. But after you make that decision, you have to take some actions. And if your day is constantly filled with the busy things that are keeping you from those actions, then you won't ever get to the good stuff, right? You won't ever get to that. This is what I worked for and this is what I want. So my message for you today, if you haven't thought about it yet, summer vacation is a good time to think about, do a little daydream, take a little daydream time, daydream about what you want for your life down the road. Someone that I was talking to today has a plan, and his plan goes to 2044. That's how far his vision has reached into the future. It's a pretty epic plan. I mean, let me tell you, this person's plan is pretty massive. But he's like, nope, that's what I'm going to do. I've given myself to 2044 to create this and milestones along the way so he can measure it. And he knows why he's doing it and he's called to do it. And that's beautiful, right? Mine, I don't know if I could plan out 20 years, but maybe I could, 22 years. Maybe just 2 years. What do you look like? What are you looking down the road at? What are you looking down the road at? What do you want? What do you want in your life? And then do something. Look at your list. Hold it up against your list. Does this fit? Does this work with this plan? Do I need this for this plan? If not, I give it away. Give it to someone else to do, or just take it off your list. Will someone die if I don't, send an email today? No. Okay. Does the email serve the purpose? No. Okay. It's like go through that checklist. And slowly but surely, you will one day get down the road and look back to this day and think, oh, I did actually take some of those actions. And I did actually get some work towards my goal. And if your goal is all the 6 aspects of wellness, there's a quiz on the website, actually. If you go over to my website, there's a quiz to tell you which one you might want to start with if you don't know where to start. And start working on one of them. And then as one gets better, you'll see, oh, it's like when you paint a room. I used to have this house. I painted the dining room. And then when I stood in the dining room and looked in the living room, I thought, oh my gosh, now the paint looks terrible in the living room. Have to paint the living room now. So it's like as you fix one thing, you can just keep going around the circle, keep going around the circle, keep tweaking, keep improving, keep moving towards the life that you want. Because no one's going to do it for you, my friend. But if you do need some help, obviously, you can always DM me, send me a message, send me an email. I'd love to have a conversation with you. I love talking to people about their dreams. I find them fascinating. I find it so exciting to find all of these people and what they're working on and the good they're doing in the world. And I want to support that. So, my friend, today, this week, don't wait to get sick to decide what's important and what's not in your life. Just embrace it now. While you've got some quiet time in the summer, while you've got some time to think about it, sit under a tree, just daydream. and then start to take some action. I hope you are having a great week. This Friday, is Ron Clifford. Oh my gosh, the celebrity chat this weekend is Ron Clifford. You must tune in and listen to this man. He's so fascinating. He is a photographer, and he had a TEDx talk about bipolar because he's been to both poles and had some mental health challenges. And he's just a very fascinating individual. So tune in on Friday. Check out the celebrity chat. Take care of yourself. Up-level your experience of life, my friend. That's why we're here, to make the world better. If you ever need to chat with me, obviously, send me a message. Yes, and definitely leave room for magic. Take care. Have an amazing day. See you soon.
Hi, my friend. Thanks so much for listening to this entire podcast. If you found it useful and you're like me and you like helping others, please feel free to share this. Give it a like, give it a comment. If you found something useful in it, there's a chance that someone else will find something useful as well. Also, if you have any questions at all, I can absolutely help, and I would love to help. You can email me at heather@prosperityflowcoaching.com. If you want more of this awesome content, you can follow me on Instagram, Heather Stewart Coaching. You can follow me on Facebook, Prosperity Flow Coaching. And I have a personal request. I want to help as many people as I can with these podcasts. And if you could give me a review, hopefully a good one, if you could share, if you could send this out into the world, I would truly appreciate it. I hope you have an amazing day, and I hope that you find your way to wellness by getting back to me. Take care, my friend.